Welcome to China Truths. In this episode, we will bring you the following story: overcrowded crematoriums across China. Now, let's dive into the details. China Truths. Overcrowded crematoriums across China. The worsening pandemic in mainland China has led to simultaneous outbreaks of multiple viruses. Hospitals are overwhelmed, and reports indicate crematoriums in various regions are also struggling to keep up. In Nanjing, funeral processions outside a crematorium stretch endlessly. In Hangzhou, people queue in lines that extend beyond sight. Meanwhile, in Xiping County, Hunan Province, more than 30 bodies were cremated in a single morning. Many netizens have drawn parallels between this current situation and the scenes during the peak of the COVID-19 outbreak 3 years ago. A recent Douyin video posted by the Nanjing Funeral Services Center described the situation. Is this H1N1? Today, the crematorium is jammed with traffic, so many cars. The footage, taken at dawn, shows a congested road near the crematorium, with headlights shining from an endless line of vehicles. On one side of the road are buses lined up as far as the eye can see, while on the other side, smaller vehicles form a similarly long queue. On December 30, 2024, a Douyin user named Second Uncle Sunshine posted a video showing a crowded crematorium in Hangzhou, Zhejiang Province. The footage captures long queues of people, most wearing masks, waiting inside the facility. The woman filming exclaims, "Look at this line. People queuing at the crematorium, it's terrifyingly long. The line stretches so far that you can't see the end." A Douyin user named Lua, Sister Na, posted a video on January 8, reporting that Xiping Crematorium is truly crowded today. Over 30 families had cremations just this morning. The video shows the crematorium's yard filled with various vehicles of different sizes. Xiping County is located in southern Hunan Province, between Zhengzhou and Wuhan, and is bordered by Luoha City to the north. The recent flu outbreak has swept through mainland China, affecting both adults and children. Numerous netizens from different regions have reported deaths, sparking public fear and recalling the chaos of overcrowded hospitals during the COVID-19 pandemic. Some netizens argue that this wave of influenza is actually a resurgence of COVID-19. Dr. Wang Qingdong, a pediatric surgeon at Shanghai Xinhua Hospital, recently stated in a Douyin video that 5 consecutive children under his care had been sent to the emergency room due to influenza, with some requiring ventilators. Some of them couldn't be saved, he said, adding that some developed severe encephalitis and rapidly deteriorated, despite ongoing resuscitation efforts. Comments on the video include accounts from Shanghai residents. "This wave of H1N1 has killed so many children. I'm in Shanghai and have seen children pass away from H1N1 with my own eyes. My friend's child in your hospital's ICU has already been declared brain dead. A colleague's son, only 8 years old, also died of H1N1. A classmate of my colleague's child barely coughed but had a fever. The family delayed going to the hospital, and the child died in the ambulance with white lungs." Netizens from Beijing, Tianjin, Gansu, Sichuan, and Shandong have also reported local flu-related deaths among both adults and children. Cases include a 1-year-old who succumbed to H1N1 encephalitis, an 18-year-old who died from severe pneumonia, and a 40-year-old who succumbed to a persistent high fever. Meanwhile, reports of school-wide infections have emerged from Hunan, Shaanxi, Jiangsu, and Sichuan provinces. According to China's Center for Disease Control and Prevention's report on National Acute Respiratory Infection Surveillance during the 52nd week of 2024, the prevalence of acute respiratory infections is rapidly increasing. Multiple viruses, including H1N1 influenza, human metapneumovirus, HMPV, Mycoplasma pneumoniae, and COVID-19, are spreading concurrently across the mainland. However, Radio Free Asia reported on January 7 that the Chinese government appears to be downplaying the severity of the situation, despite hospitals being overwhelmed. Lin Xiaoxiu, former head of the virology lab at the U.S. Army Research Institute, noted that HMPV is a common virus with low pathogenicity and no evidence of mutations. He found it unusual that Chinese authorities are emphasizing HMPV this year. Lin speculated, it's possible there are other, more severe respiratory viruses circulating in China, but the government isn't focusing on testing or disclosing information. Instead, they're spotlighting HMPV as a media highlight this year. In addition to questioning the government's selective reporting, Lin stressed the importance of investigating the severity of this outbreak, particularly its rates of severe illness and mortality. The key issue is that the government isn't providing this information, leaving it to the public to share among themselves. People should remain vigilant. Are there new highly pathogenic viruses? Is there a new outbreak forming? Lin concluded that with limited official data, it is difficult to make definitive assessments. However, he cautioned that the public must not let its guard down. That's it for this episode. Thank you for watching.